Obviously, Bénédicte, you heard a lot, we heard a lot, very interesting views. So my first question would be about the key takeaways that we should not forget about this very exciting afternoon.
Thank you, Christina. Well, first, my first takeaway is that it is really nice to see all these experts gathered here, our internal experts that we just saw and many others, but also all experts from our clients and partners from everywhere in the world. So it's really nice to see you all. And then I thought that the day was a good illustration of the reflection that we all have today. We are all witnessing these transitions that were mentioned at the beginning of the day, digital transition, energy transition that we had already mentioned last year, and we knew at that time that there would be huge investments to come. It's today, as we said, it is the name of the game. Infrastructure is the name of the game of the current changes. So the changes are, the needs are huge. So the question today is to know where to invest, how to invest, what is infrastructure and what is not. If you remember a few years ago, there were many panels around this topic, what is infrastructure and what is not. Today we all know that it is much more complex than it was a few years ago. Every single asset needs to be looked at with a fresh eye to understand whether we could believe it is infrastructure or not. In fact, everything that is essential and that because it is essential provides a good visibility of cash flows can be viewed as infrastructure. And there is, what is essential is really changing. And we have seen it in the panels today. We have discussed obviously about the electrical grids, about data centers, about things that are now, have been considered for a long time as true infrastructure. But we have also talked about metals and mining, which is really a new topic, about batteries manufacturing, EV charging, and we have also talked about curtailment issues, about artificial intelligence. This is obviously not infrastructure, but it is interacting very much with infrastructure, with the way we look at things. It is creating new asset class. It could create new asset classes for the future that could be viewed as infrastructure. So with all these various topics, we need to find the essential needs. We need to identify the priorities. And this is why having such an event is so useful, in my view, because we are all exchanging among us and creating the future of infrastructure.
It seems that the demand, obviously, of infrastructure financing is booming. Can the market liquidity absorb it? And if you think yes, how?
Indeed, as we all said, the demand is booming. The market liquidity, as was said also today, is rather good. Actually, it's much better than for many other asset classes at the moment. But we see as well that institutional investors, in particular, asset managers, have this denominator effect, and it is more difficult for some of them to allocate as much as they would like to infrastructure, because I think everyone recognizes that infrastructure is safe, is well rated, is quite profitable because the cost of risk is very low. So many of us in the room would like to allocate more to infrastructure. It may take a bit of time, but I think it is also our role to make sure that we work together efficiently so that, once again, the liquidity is allocated to the most important projects, to the safest one, because they are the most important ones. So, yeah, working all together, banks and NBFIs, is very important. We have seen in the press over the last few weeks many announcements that are going in that direction. We as NATIXIS have been pioneering this already more than 10 years ago. We want to keep pioneering it. We want to find always more innovative solutions to bring liquidity to the infrastructure world. We are working on some solutions. Hopefully, it will be live in a few months. So let's hope that we will all succeed together.
And I'm sure you will succeed together. Thank you very much. Any final words to conclude? Conclude of the conclusion.
Much more to come, even though the growth over the past years has already been very impressive. So much more to come, thanks to you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bénédicte Giafferri.